What is up, Janksters? It's your boy Graham, also known as HamHawks42 on the internet, and today we are discussing a band that came out today, actually, May 11th, 2022, for the Explorer format. Now, this is the format that is going to be the bridge to Pioneer on Magic the Gathering Arena. So it's interesting too, because neither of these cards are banned in Pioneer itself. However, they did, the good folks at Wizards did determine that they were presenting problematic play patterns and win rates in Explorer with the current limited card pool. Those two cards are Winota, Joiner of Forces, and Tibalt's Trickery. Now, it's not really a surprise that either of these cards are very, very powerful in the Explorer meta. They were both problematic in their own way in other formats and have seen bans in Standard and Historic. So it's not super surprising that they would see the ban in Explorer as well. Winota is capable of producing a very powerful effect where you have huge creatures that shouldn't be able to, or that in traditional ways are not able to enter the battlefield as early as turn 4, coming down as early as turn 4, or even turn 3 if you're ramping in the case of with things like, say, Llanowar Elves and whatnot. So Winota is incredibly powerful, capable of producing big explosive turns, big explosive plays very, very quickly. Cards like Blade Historian, Angrath's Marauders, Agent of Treachery, and of course Brutal Cathar, things like that are capable of coming out very, very quickly whenever Winota's around. So no surprise, they've decided to ban Winota in Explorer. Although, maybe it's a little bit of a surprise, because it's not currently banned in Pioneer. They have affirmed in the ban announcement that they do plan on keeping Winota legal in Pioneer for the time being, and they do have a commitment to making sure that Explorer does become true Pioneer, and they do plan on unbanning Winota later as other formats are introduced to Arena, as other sets are introduced to Arena, so that we can get closer and closer to that Explorer format, with that Pioneer format. And once we're actually at Pioneer, Winota will be legal on Arena in the same way she is legal in Pioneer everywhere else. So that's an interesting one. It'll be interesting to see what happens here. I personally think the reason that Winota is so popular on Arena is because Arena rewards you for winning the game quickly. Because it rewards you for winning the game fast, then Winota and decks like it are capable of producing big explosive plays very early. You know whether or not you've won within the first couple of turns, and Winota is very, very good for that, and she produces a consistent explosive play pattern. And that's to be said about our other card too, Tibalt's Trickery. This is a card that allows you to free cast Genesis Ultimatum on turn 2. I don't think I need to say anything else. This card is incredibly powerful. We've seen it be problematic in the format in other situations. Also, I do need to give a huge shout out to my buddy Adine, who actually used Tibalt's Trickery in the Kaldheim Early Access event back in the day to pull a coma out against me on turn 2. He had the nuts and he pulled it off and just ran me over. That was the first time I had seen that card, and the truth is, if you've played Arena in the last couple of years prior to its banning in other formats, you've probably seen Tibalt's Trickery be problematic in those formats as well. Now, again, the main reason that Tibalt's Trickery is such a big deal is because by turn 2, or turn 4 in the case of the Throes of Chaos meta, you know whether or not you have won the game once you resolve a Tibalt's Trickery. One, if it resolves. If your opponent has a counterspell for it, then you just scoop and move on to the next game. If it does resolve, and you hit another Tibalt's Trickery, you just scoop and move on to the next game. If it does resolve and you hit something huge, your opponent scoops and you move on to the next game. Gameplay takes about 2 minutes. And so as a result, your goal is to have a positive win rate and win as many games as humanly possible in any given hour. Tibalt's Trickery gets you there. It's just good enough to scoot by with like a 53, 54% win rate, and you can get in, 24 games in an hour. Which is incredible. It's unlike a play pattern you see anywhere else. And so I believe that is why we see Tibalt's Trickery in Best of 1 on Arena in Explorer, and we do not see Tibalt's Trickery in Best of 3 Pioneer on Moto, MTGO. The reason that Magic Online does not have a Tibalt's Trickery problem is because its reward structure is set up differently, whereas on Arena, jamming games is the method by which you succeed. And Tibalt's Trickery allows you to jam games very, very quickly and efficiently, and when your whole goal is to just grind the ladder and get your daily wins in, Tibalt's Trickery does it better than anybody else. And as a result, I believe that once we get to full Pioneer on Arena, Tibalt's Trickery will continue to be a problem, even though it is not a problem in Pioneer on other formats or on other software. So that is something that I think is going to be interesting to see. And I wouldn't be surprised if, as a result, when full Pioneer is legal on Arena, Tibalt's Trickery ends up getting banned in full Pioneer rather than being unbanned and letting people go wild with it. That's my prediction. That's purely speculation. I'm not sure what we're going to see there, but I believe it's the play pattern that these cards, encourage is the same thing the Arena incentive structure encourages, and that's why we're seeing these bans. So thank you so much for checking out the video. I appreciate it very, very much. If you enjoyed this and want to see other insights by me, please hit that subscribe button below and hit that bell notification, and also leave a thumbs up. All these things help the algorithm, and I'm actually in the process of trying to monetize my YouTube channel, so subscribers, likes, comments, all of that help dramatically. So if you wouldn't mind throwing that in, I'd appreciate it very, very much. It's a way to support the channel for $0. So thank you. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a phenomenal day, and I'll catch you on the next one.